Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Zesty or Testy podcast. We're back again after 2 weeks. I'm your host, Testy McNasty. With me, as always, is Zesty Tito de la Pinga. We also like to start this podcast off with a toast. I would like to quote Primo Levi and say, monsters do exist, but they are too few in number to be truly dangerous. More dangerous are the common men, the functionaries ready to believe and to act without asking questions. Let us not be those common men. Cheers.
Salud.
Apologize in advance. I've got a lot of shit to get off my chest.
All right, man.
Today, I would like to talk about Kayfabe. Kayfabe. And I'm going to send you a picture of the word. Kayfabe is carny talk, pig Latin. Remember pig Latin?
Yeah.
You would be SDZ, I would be Testizay.
Yeah.
Kayfabe is pig Latin for be fake. Back in the day, people didn't have iPads, they didn't have TV sets, they didn't have shit to entertain themselves. So the big entertainment was a carnival that would come to town. They had the freak show, they had the bearded lady, they had the, all the typical stuff, the acrobats,
the super tall guy,
the tightrope walker, the super strong man. One of the things they would have was a dude that would challenge anybody, the best fighter from that town to a fight.
Yep.
And like if the dude from the town won, he'd win money. So they travel around and you say, okay, who's your biggest, toughest guy in the town? If you win, you get $500. And then they'd fight and the town would cheer the hometown hero and the carny guy, he'd win or else the carnival would have to pay the dude.
Yeah.
And it did not take them long to realize, hey, even with our big, strong fighter that works for the carnival, eventually we're going to run into people that can kick his ass. Because no matter how big and strong you are,
there's always somebody bigger.
There's always somebody bigger and stronger. So the carnivals decided to do Kayfabe, which is where you put a plant in the audience that actually works for the carnival. So the carnival would show up and say, who is your biggest and strongest fighter? And then the guy that works for the carnival would stand up and go, I'm this town's biggest and strongest fighter, and your mother's a whore. And then the guy would go, oh my God, you said that about my mother? Ooh, I'm really mad now. This is going to be a good fight, folks. Make sure to pay the 10 extra cents for front row tickets. Yeah. And so then it wouldn't matter if the hometown hero won or lost because they weren't paying money out because the guy already worked for the carnival.
Yeah. All right.
So, carnivals are no longer popular. I took the kids to the Shriner Circus a couple months ago, and it was like mostly empty, 2/3 empty.
Really?
But what we did retain...
But they charge you an arm and a fucking leg, dude.
They do, and every little, if you put them on the elephant to ride, that's extra, and if you put them on all the other shit to ride, is extra. Carnivals are out of style, but the one thing that we did retain was the kayfabe in professional wrestling. So back in the 80s, they still thought everybody believed it was real.
It was.
It was. To a certain extent.
Yeah. But you're right. It was theatrics.
It was theatrics. They travel around from town to town, and you cheer for the good guy and boo for the bad guy. In fact, there was lots of times in the 80s when they thought they were protecting the business. And Geraldo Rivera famously got punched or slapped across the face by a famous villain in the wrestling industry for asking that villain
if it was fake.
Is wrestling fake? And he goes, boom, does that feel like it's fake to you? And of course, Geraldo Rivera sued that guy. Hulk Hogan famously choked out Richard Belzer. He put him in a headlock until Richard Belzer passed out and fell to the floor. Richard Belzer also sued Hulk Hogan. But by the time the 90s came around, we all realized it was fake. Everybody knew it was fake. And it's not fake, it's pre-scripted, it's predetermined. The outcomes are predetermined. But we love the pageantry. We love Stone Cold Steve Austin because everybody wants to kick their boss's ass. But you can't kick your boss's ass because then you get arrested. But you can watch and fired. But you can watch Stone Cold Steve Austin kick the boss's ass, and that's cathartic. You can cheer for the hero, you can boo the villain, you can it's theatrics.
Yeah.
This is also kayfabe. Let me send you this picture.
You're talking about theatrics in wrestling, and it's so funny because growing up you think it's all real, right?
Yeah.
As you get older, you realize. I mean, it's the hate is maybe not real. What's real is, there's some sport to it, right? You've got to still be in shape, and
Yes.
you've got to know how to land and fly and fall and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I recently watched that. What was that? The Iron Claw, the Von Erich movie.
That was a good one. Yeah, I love that movie.
And it explains, right? I mean, you get a good, and I say good but brief explanation of what wrestling was really like in the 80s, right? It's who people like, that's who won.
Yeah,
right?
the face, the baby face.
Yeah, the baby face.
You want to cheer for the good-looking guy.
Exactly. And that's...
Villains are always ugly.
And so the Wrestling Federation would say, hey, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to take one for the team, take one down, right? And then in order to get people to like this guy more, it's like you got to kick his ass.
Yeah.
Right? And so people will feel that, like,
sympathy for the guy getting his ass kicked,
exactly.
And then he triumphs at the end. He stands up
back 2 weeks later for that ultimate challenge, or whatever it is, and
that's one of the biggest things.
It's the business.
That's the business, and one of the biggest things I ever heard Vince McMahon say was, "It's not about the match; it's about the chase."
Yeah,
you don't really want to pay off, because once you pay off, the storyline's over.
Yeah,
you want to like drag it out as long as you can, because like that anticipation is what sells tickets. Look at your phone. Look at the one I just sent you.
Let's take a look at these.
Not that one. What's wrong with that picture? It's right here. He just put it over his head.
What's wrong with this?
Scroll to the next one. That's Chuck Schumer.
Uh-huh.
Chuck Schumer's grilling outside because he's just a normal average guy. Normal average guys, when the weather gets warm, like to go cook meat over a fire. What's wrong with that picture?
Well, everything looks raw for starters.
Everything looks raw, and he's got cheese on the raw hamburger.
Yeah.
You don't fucking put cheese on the raw hamburger because you get salmonella and die. Is it even on?
Well, it looks like there's a light down there.
Yeah.
But you would see some smoke coming out, so obviously he's not your average guy, right?
So this picture's kayfabe. It's staged. It's staged to look real. It's staged to like make you think, hey, Chuck Schumer's an average guy. He's like you and me. We like to barbecue. He likes to barbecue. Let's vote for it.
Except he doesn't know how to do it, obviously.
He doesn't know how to turn it on. Well, the problem is he's worth $70 million, and people worth $70 million don't cook for themselves.
Yeah.
People worth $70 million have
plenty
a
of people
butler,
cooking for
the
them.
fucking, or a personal chef and a butler and whatever else. And the weird thing is, he only makes $194,000 a year, and he's been in politics for 25 years of his career. And so if you do the math, he should only be worth $4 million, even if he never spent a penny.
I was going to say, assuming he didn't spend shit.
Assuming he didn't spend shit, how the fuck is he worth $70 million? I don't know.
Super PACs.
Super PACs. You were telling me that, Mexican politics is more obviously corrupt than American politics. But if you know how to look, you can see the corruption.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think I still think that I stand by what I said. Right. I think they don't hide it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like here
we do a better job.
They try to hide it by saying, "Hey, look, I'm like you. Look at me. I'm an average Joe Schmo grilling burgers on a weekend, just like you." Mm-hmm. Over there, it's like, no, dude, I'm eating like expensive shit in some European country. Yeah, that's why I say they don't hide it over there. Here, we make an effort. Right?
We make an effort. We try to do the case,
but it's still pretty stupid. I agree with you. I mean, and if you look, and I don't even think you need to look hard enough. No, I mean, some of this shit, it's pretty obvious.
October 11th, 1963. John F. Kennedy signed the National Security Action Memorandum number 263, which would withdraw all U.S. troops from the Vietnam area. Mm-hmm. 1 month later, they shot him in the head for it. A year after they shot him in the head, 2 U.S. destroyers, the USS Maddox and the USS Turner Joy, were in the Gulf of Tonkin. It was April 4th, 1964. There was a rainstorm with waves 6 feet high, crashing against the ships. At 8:40 p.m., the sonar men in the sonar room, which were probably just a bunch of fucking 18-year-olds that had been recruited, not recruited, what's the word?
Drafted, yeah.
Drafted into it. They didn't want to be there, and they were probably freaking out because they're in enemy territory. They sound the alarm that torpedoes are on their way. It's time to take evasive action. So the Turner Joy starts fucking taking evasive action, which is, these battleships don't really steer very well.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to turn, but they start doing this.
Yeah.
The Maddox next to him goes, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Why are you taking evasive action?" They're like, "Torpedoes, man, torpedoes!" And they're like, "All right, well, we don't want to fucking die for ignoring you." So they start doing the same thing. So now these two ships are taking evasive action. The two ships end up firing over 300 rounds of ammunition, torpedoes, depth charges into the ocean. Commander Stockdale from the Ticonderoga gets a plane and gets in the aircraft and flies over the two ships and looks down. And he's quoted as saying, "I had the best seat in the house. Our destroyers were just shooting at phantoms." So they dumped over 300 rounds of ammunition into the ocean. The next day, Captain Herrick of the Maddox reported torpedoes fired appeared doubtful. It appears doubtful that the torpedoes are even fired. Freak weather effects on radar and overeager sonarmen may have accounted for the reports. Internal documents declassified in 2005 by the, what's the word for it? When you sue the U.S. government to release information, there's an act that you can sue the U.S. governments to release information. I forgot the name of it. But in 2005, they declassified this documents that at 2:48 a.m., Secretary of Defense McNamara phoned the Fleet Commander Sharp, who was stationed in Hawaii, and Fleet Commander Sharp said, "Possibly there had been no attack. Please hold retaliatory strike until we could get more info." However, Secretary of Defense McNamara and President at the time, Lyndon Johnson, decided never to waste a good crisis. And that phrase, "never waste a good crisis," was told to me by a Democratic speechwriter that was a former friend of the family who has currently pled guilty for money laundering for Henry Cuellar. Okay, and he's still awaiting sentencing. So he's the one that I first heard that evil phrase, "never waste a good crisis." Johnson and McNamara decided to pull a kayfabe on the U.S. people. At 11:36 p.m. the next day, President Johnson goes on TV and said, "The repeated acts of violence against U.S. must be met with a positive reply."
And an iron fist.
Stockdale, did he say iron fist? No. Stockdale, the guy who was in the plane that said they were shooting at phantoms, he later wrote a book called In Love and War. And in that book, he says, "We're about to launch a war under false pretenses." And then an entire generation of men lost their lives in Vietnam, and the ones that survived got spit on by hippies.
Wow, dude.
Did I even hit the camera?
You did.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's my new gimmick now. Every time I finish reading a card, I'm going to throw it at the camera.
For special effect.
Bro, did I really steal that from David Letterman? Damn it, I thought I'd come up with something original. September 11th, 2001, terrorists flew airplanes into our buildings. These terrorists were trained in Afghanistan and funded by Saudi Arabian princes. I can't remember if they did it because they hated us for our freedom or our unwavering support for Israel. I don't remember which one turned out to be correct. We'll probably never know the actual answer. We invaded Afghanistan, which was good, but we didn't invade Saudi Arabia, probably because Bush Jr. was sucking sweet crude oil out of the King of Saudi Arabia's dick. So you can't mess up that
relationship.
That sweet crude oil. I want to send you this one. You remember that? You remember September 11th? Where were you on September 11th?
Where was I September 11th? I was at a marketing event for a business I used to own, dude.
Oh, shit.
Downtown San Antonio.
Yeah.
And I remember it was, we were all in the middle of getting started for this event, and then all of a sudden somebody said, "Hey, this is going on, this is going on." You know what I do remember? And it was really fucked up. I mean, when you think about it, right? Like immediately after they announced, or they made, the media started talking about the folks that may have caused this, because everybody knew or felt at the time that it was an act of terrorism. And that's what the media was saying, right? And of course, at the time, people would look at, Iranians, and I'm not going to say Iranians, so it was more of a Middle Eastern thing, right? And so
they caught a lot of hate for something they didn't do.
Yeah,
like American Middle Eastern men.
We were downtown at a hotel in downtown San Antonio, and of course, there's a lot of business people, and all different types of ethnicities.
Yeah.
But I almost felt like people were looking. I'm not going to say down, but in
untrusting way.
Yeah,
like a little suspicious way.
Almost with hate, like, oh, it's your people. It's like, no, it's not your people. First of all, these people are business people down here,
Yeah, they're not strapping bombs to themselves and blowing themselves up. They're trying to make a living for their family.
That day I was there, and maybe it's the wrong thing to say, but I truly felt bad for anybody. In fact, I felt bad for even Indian people because
they get mistaken
and a lot of people assume that they're all the same, and it's not. And so it was just a tough day. It was a tough day for us to watch, as Americans, watch all these people die, right? But then it was bad from the outside looking in, right? At all these people looking at folks that were either Middle Eastern or Indian because they assume that everybody's the same, right?
Sure.
It's kind of like Koreans, Chinese, Japanese. Everybody's like, oh, they're all Chinese, right? It's like, no, there's differences, right? But either way, it was that's where I was. It was tough, and it was tough to be there at the time.
Hard for everybody. That day, everybody felt it. A year and a half after terrorists flew planes into our building, Colin Powell brought anthrax into the United States. Look at that picture of Colin Powell with a fucking vial of anthrax in the United Nations. Don't drop that shit, motherfucker. Can you imagine? This motherfucker brings a vial of anthrax to a big important fucking meeting. Don't do that, bro. Anyway, if you switch to the next picture that I sent you, he also held up all these little pictures of little boxes sitting on the ground, and he said these are weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and if we don't do something about it now, we're gonna have another 9/11. I was in college at the time. I had taken the bus to college the day that 9/11 happened, and I would park my car and then catch the bus because there's no parking by UT. And the radio was saying something crazy that I couldn't fucking understand. And then I got on the bus, and I got to school, and then we had TVs in the hallway. And I'm like, oh, this is what they were talking about. Classes got canceled, we all went home. My point being, never waste a good crisis. Iraq had absolutely nothing to do with September 11th. Even in college, as I sat in my easy recliner, watching TV, watching Colin Powell hold up these little boxes sitting on the ground going, these are all weapons of mass destruction. I'm like thinking, those just look like little boxes.
Yeah.
How can you tell? It's just a box on the ground. How can you tell what's in it? You can't tell what's in it. But we pulled a Kayfabe on the United States of America. Bush Jr., that fucking horrible warmonger Dick Cheney, and fucking Colin Powell convinced us to go invade Iraq. We overthrew Saddam Hussein. We made the entire Middle East much more unstable. We made Iran a superpower when it was held in check by Iraq because they didn't like each other. Because just like you were saying, the difference between Chinese, Korean, Japanese, there was difference between Sunni and Shia Muslims. And we didn't care about that difference. We just invaded Iraq. And the Sunnis were keeping the other ones in check, the Shias. But there was that sweet, sweet oil under their sand, and Halliburton needed to make another few fucking $1 billion. So more Americans died on foreign soil. Nobody spat on them when they came home. We actually treated them like heroes this time. But we did a war that we did need to do, all because never waste a good crisis. We need to...
and you notice...
kayfabe the American people into believing things. Go ahead.
The common denominator in all this. Oil, man.
Well, oil had nothing to do with Vietnam.
No, I'm just saying the two last things you were talking about, right? It comes down to.
Oh, we did invade Saudi Arabia because of oil, and we did invade Iraq because of oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were already. If Iraq was probably being a little more free giving with their oil, we probably wouldn't have invaded them.
Yeah.
Yeah. June 14th, 2024, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives updated and modernized the selective service process. You remember selective service?
Yeah.
You remember getting a card in the mail when you turned 18? You had to fill it out by law and turn it in and then hope that you didn't get drafted?
Yep.
Yeah. They modernized it. You don't have to fill the card out anymore. When you turn 18, you're automatically registered for the draft. Automatically. You know why they did that? Our volunteer army is at the lowest point it has ever been since the 1940s.
We're not asking you, we're telling you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it turns out when you recruit for diversity, equity, inclusion instead of for the badasses that like to show up and kill things, you don't really get a high recruitment level. You got to recruit for the dudes that actually like to go out and shoot things, or else they don't show up. So it doesn't matter now because we've updated the selective service process. Yeah. So, like, if war breaks out, they can just recruit our children. Yeah. They just have to be 18.
But I didn't sign up. Oh, we signed you up.
Yeah, they signed us up.
Don't worry about it. We took care of that for you.
And so that's why I don't separate a difference between the Republicans and the Democrats, because the Republicans were the ones that passed this process. They want war just as much as the Democrats do. I separate the world into people that understand how kayfabe works and the people that still believe that Santa Claus exists. That's how I separate people in this world.
Dude. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Did you know that the last president who didn't start a new war or at least a military engagement was Jimmy Carter?
No.
Jimmy Carter was the last one that didn't start one. Reagan started some shit. Clinton started some shit. Bush Jr. started some shit. Bush Sr. started some shit. Obama started some shit. Then all of a sudden there's Trump. There's Trump that says, the military-industrial complex is pushing me to start some shit. I don't want to start some shit. They keep pushing me to start some shit. Let's find Trump talking about it.
Did you remember in the 90s, right now when you met, what was it that you said?
Reassure people you're not looking for some kind of conflict in Iran.
Well, I'm the one that talks about these wars that are 19 years and people are just there. And don't kid yourself, you do have a military-industrial complex. They do like war. You know, in Syria with the caliphate. So I wipe out 100% of the caliphate. I say I want to bring our troops back home. The place went crazy. But if it was up to them, they'd bring thousands of soldiers in. They never want to leave. They always want to fight. No, I don't want to fight. All right.
There's another one.
I'm not saying the military is in love with me. The soldiers are. The top people in the Pentagon probably aren't because they want to do nothing but fight wars so that all of those wonderful companies that make the bombs and make the planes and make everything else stay happy.
So, once again, the American government, through the corporate-controlled media, has kayfabed the American people. Mm-hmm. We have a president that before he ran for president, every rap song was about him. He had a fucking successful TV show that I watched nightly with my wife. It wasn't until he actually tried to run for president, saying that he was going to stop these wars, that suddenly he was a racist. He was the most racist man in the world. Suddenly he was just Hitler himself. They've called him Hitler multiple times. They've tried to bankrupt him. They've tried to take misdemeanors and turn them into felonies. They've tried to JFK him twice. Okay? All because I believe he's the one president that does not want another war. And the military-industrial complex needs to be fed. Lockheed Martin is very jealous that the medical-industrial complex made billions off of COVID. Now they want to send our children to die in another country so they can line their pockets with bloody money. It's just another kayfabe, and we're just trying to, feed the military-industrial complex. I'm not urging you to vote red this November. I'm not urging you to vote blue this November.
Do your research.
urging you to vote orange this November. Because our kids are already going to have to fucking deal with hyperinflation. We don't need them dealing with World War III. Vote orange this November. I missed the camera completely. It's up. Okay. I got more cards. You want some more shit?
Yeah, go for it, man.
You need a break?
You really needed to get stuff off your chest.
I really needed an event.
All right, go. Number 3.
August 29, 2024, Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman publicly admits in a speech that the gang Tren de Aragua have taken control of 3 apartment complexes. The Edge,
Colorado, huh?
In Colorado. The Edge at Lowry on 12th and Dallas. Aspen Grove on Califax and 1560 Nome, and the Whispering Pines on 1357 Galena. All 3 are owned by CBZ Management. CBZ Management has stated number 1, they're in trouble for code violations. The apartments are falling apart. There's mold, there's leaky pipes, there are fucking piles of garbage, there's rodents, they're not mowing the grass outside the apartment complex. The owner of CBZ Management contacted Aurora Police stating that he could not get in to fix any of this shit because Tren de Aragua had ran him and all the people that work at the front desk, the maintenance crew, they had ran him off. They had taken over the apartment complex. The Aurora Police Department told them we could not help you because they have squatters' rights. He contacted the U.S. Marshals and the FBI that also said that's not our jurisdiction. You need to contract the Aurora Department of Police. But they're the ones that didn't help him in the first place. Let me send you a picture.
Yeah, dude. So they're, the term "wag the dog." That's what you do. You just said, "Don't waste a good one."
Never waste a good crisis.
Never waste a good crisis, and that's what wag the dog is.
Yeah.
It's the tail wagging the dog in this case.
I'm gonna ask you to put this picture up and not take it down. I'll go ahead and show it to you so you don't have to check your phone. On the left over here, we have Jahardi Jose Pacheco Chirinos and Jahardi de Jesus Pacheco Chirinos. These 2 are brothers. There are sworn affidavits by the residents at
one of the apartment complexes.
One of the apartment complexes. I had the specific one. I want to say it's Aspen Grove. Aspen Grove. They have sworn affidavits saying that these 2 people were telling everybody that they own the apartment complex. The Denver Gazette has stated that they were charging other people, the tenants that were not part of the Tren de Aragua, they were charging them rent instead of paying it to the CBZ Management. The Denver Gazette has also stated that they would force the other tenants in the apartment complex to hold guns for them and hold drugs for them, so that when the police showed up, they could put all the shit in their apartment and they would demand keys from the other apartment members so they could walk into their apartment, stuff the drugs and guns, and then their apartments would be clean. It would be on the people that were not part of the Tren de Aragua. Over here on the right, there's Dixon Azuja Perez and Nixon Jose Azuja Perez.
Okay. Brothers also?
Brothers also. I love it because...
So are all these people from Venezuela? Because that was what they were saying, right?
All these people in these 3 apartment complexes are from Venezuela.
Including these 4 folks.
Including these 4 folks. So at Aspen Grove,
So now the question is:
where the fuck did my notes go?
Is it everybody from Venezuela, or is it just?
No, it's the Tren de Aragua, the gang members.
Yeah,
it's not like all the people coming over.
Because that's what everybody was saying. It's like all these people from Venezuela, like the college gangs or whatever, they're holding these apartment complexes
hostage
and taking over. I'm like, so it's 4 people.
No, those were the 4 people that were arrested for shooting. Fucking Jahardi, the November before, he had beaten a man senseless until he had brain damage.
Okay.
And then these 4 didn't get arrested until there was a shooting in the apartment complex. They got arrested for the shooting at the Aspen Grove. I love this picture. I'm gonna send this picture to you. Look, it's just a normal immigrant doing normal immigrant things, except his name is Nixon Azua from the 4 people arrested, and he's wearing his ankle monitor bracelet from the shooting that happened earlier. But don't worry, he's not one of the Tren de Aragua. He's just a normal immigrant doing normal immigrant things. Don't worry about that. Anyway, the minute 26. Do we need to stop?
No, I'm just keeping tabs of when the pictures are going up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Aspen Grove, they never come and arrest these people. Well, they arrested them for the shooting, but they didn't arrest them for charging rent and stashing guns and demanding keys from other residents. Because a lot of these people, it's a ghetto apartment complex. The people living there are poor. And the people living there, why would you live in an apartment complex that's taken over by a Venezuelan gang? Well, because you're so poor that you can't move.
That's what you have.
That's all that you could do. So like there's other immigrants not from Venezuela. There's people from Colombia, from Guatemala, from Africa. They're just vulnerable people trapped in a situation that they don't want to be in. So instead of the Aurora Police Department coming and cleaning the apartment complex out, guess what they did?
Let them fix it?
No, they shut down the apartment complex because of all the violations for not fixing the pipes, and evicted everybody in that complex. So all the poor people, they couldn't afford to move because even if they wanted to get away from the gang violence, they're just shit out of luck now.
Wow.
Okay, so that was just the Aspen Grove. Let's talk about the Edge of Lori, because that's the one that actually made the news. That's the one you're actually familiar with. A tenant named... Where did they all go?
No, you lost it. Great. Can't take you anywhere, man.
I know, right? That's what I'm preparing. Cindy Romero is a resident at the Edge of Lori. She struggled daily against the escalating violence and neglect. Her life deteriorated into a nightmarish ordeal marked by frequent encounters with crime and what she calls a lack of support from city and police. The police would call me and say they weren't coming unless it was a severe crime, Romero said. When I called the police to report a shooting, one officer asked if I had considered moving. If I could have afforded to leave, I would have. Here's a picture of Cindy Romero showing off the bullet hole in her car. Everything was going... It didn't become an issue until August 18th, 2024, when there was a shooting at the Edge at Lowry. Here's audio from the shooting.
Oh, shit.
David! Hey, pray for David, by the way. Anyway, at that time, Cindy Romero started posting cameras around the hallway outside of her home because she had nothing else to do. Her son bought her some cameras and gave her some cameras. Here is a screenshot, and I will show you the video. I don't know if you can. Are you able to put videos up?
I'm pretty sure I can.
I sent you the screenshot in case you can't.
All right, let me take a look. Damn, dude.
Yeah, it gets worse.
So the guy's holding a gun. The other guy looks like he's got a assault weapon. Are these the same 4 kids?
No, that was from Aspen Grove. This is Edge of Lori. This is still part of Tren de Aragua. This is just different gang members. All right, let me fill in the dead space for a minute because it's going to take me a second.
All right, folks. Well, while he's looking for that, we're going to pause for the cause.
Are we pausing for the cause?
Yeah, we're at minute 34. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages from
I found it.
Our local sponsor.
Do you still have a drink?
No.
Before we pause for the cause.
All right.
Here's the screenshot from the first one.
We're going to put this up there so you guys will be able to see what we're looking at.
This is outside Cindy Romero's home. It's just a bunch of young men in baseball caps, heavily armed with Venezuelan imported assault rifles and handguns. And they're just kind of walking into somebody else's house like they own it.
So, what exactly was the point? Just to bring fear to these folks?
No, they're collecting rent. Or I don't know what they're doing. I honestly don't know what they're doing. Fucking, what the fuck? I know I had another one. All right, let's pause for the cause.
All right, folks, yeah. You're going to be able to see these videos. By the way, we're getting invaded by squirrels.
Good.
See that one looking over at the neighbor's house? It's gossiping.
He's cute.
Yeah. Check out the ass on that squirrel. Anyway, folks, we'll be right back after these messages from our local sponsors.
Thank you.
We have none.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Not yet.
talk to you soon.
Probably not anytime soon with my fucking big fat mouth.
We'll be back.
So anyway, I like this one a lot because he's got his wife and kids there.
Let's see here.
Just kind of walking up with a gun, just kicking in the door.
Oh,
there comes his kids, and there comes his wife. So I mean, they are immigrants trying to make a better life for themselves, but
it's a family business.
You can't do it with AK-47s and handguns.
Yeah,
that's not the right way to do it.
But it's still a family business. It's a family affair, dude.
So, Cindy Romero has moved since then.
Mm-hmm.
The Aurora mayor stated that Mike Kaufman, the Aurora City Attorney Office, preparing court documents to request an emergency order to clear the other two apartments of Venezuelan gang activity. And he's going to declare the properties a criminal nuisance. Guess what? September 3rd, Labor Day weekend, the people that live there at the edge of Lowry threw a big conference, a big press conference saying there's no gang activity here. There's absolutely no people with guns walking into people's homes and doing all this stuff.
Were they the real tenants? One or two, were they afraid to speak?
To Johnny.
I mean, I'm just curious.
It was this guy. Stop lying. There are no gangs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's take it at face value. There's no gang activity at the edge of Lowry. Who the fuck are the people with the AK-47s kicking in the door? Is that maintenance? Are they here? I'm here for the clogged toilet. Pat, pat. Oh, don't worry. It should flush properly now. You know?
Yeah.
What are they doing? Are they people that are afraid to fucking speak out? Are they being forced by the gangs to say, hey, there are no gangs? Or is this motherfucker a member of Tren de Aragua standing there saying,
there are no gangs
quit
here.
lying, there's no gangs here?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. But that's why I said, is it all bullshit or is it people just being scared to speak out, right?
Yeah.
But I do agree with you that for all I care, that guy's one of them saying, hey, there's nothing here. We'll look away, walk away, go.
Correct. So the declaration to emergency order to declare it a criminal nuisance, it never happened. The police went out and searched the two remaining apartments that had not been shut down by code violations. They found absolutely no evidence of gang activity in any way, shape, or form. And if you search ABC News or USA Today or CBS News, they all say there is no gang activity. There's no gang activity at the one condemned apartments and the two still existing apartments. So who the fuck are the people with AKs? What happened to the sworn affidavits from the first apartment complex saying that they were collecting rent? What happened to the statement by Mike Kaufman, the mayor? Mike Kaufman, the mayor, said that there was gang activity.
So it's all fake?
Apparently it's all fake. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all fake. It's all bullshit, right-wing conspiracy theory. Hey, you know what? See, I did touch it. I did cast it up. And it... it's a fucking boomerang. Oh, shit. Anyway. Thankfully, we live in Texas, right?
Yep.
Shit like this can never happen in Texas. Bullshit. September 10th,
Dallas.
2024. Oh, Dallas is on there, but this is not the one I'm talking about. How'd you know about Dallas? Tell me what you know about Dallas.
Because it pops up on TikTok, man. I've never seen it on the news, but it popped up on TikTok.
So, look, you have to be dumb as fuck to believe everything you see on TikTok. But TikTok is a great way for truth to get out that is suppressed by the corporate-owned media. You also have to...
So wait, nobody's eating cats and dogs?
Hold on. So, you also have to be dumb as fuck to believe
that somebody's
everything you see on the news.
Yeah.
The dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating
I mean, it makes for a great song.
the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
So anyway, September, it can never happen in Texas, right? It can never happen in Texas. But no, I love that you brought up TikTok because I knew about this story before it broke on the news. I knew it from TikTok. They were showing these videos on TikTok.
Yep.
And this is where I clipped most of it. And like, this was in June. I was seeing this on TikTok, and it wasn't until August that it made it to the news. So fucking, how the fuck is TikTok breaking news when the news is saying nothing to see here? There's absolutely no fucking gang violence. But it could never happen in Texas, right? September 10th, 2024, County Attorney Christina Sanchez filed a petition against Gateway Hotel owner Howard Young for allowing the property at 1045 Stanton in downtown El Paso to be taken over by Tren de Aragua. Let me send you pictures from there, because they're fucking partying in the hallways. They have, there's felonies caught on camera. There's kids riding the tricycle as the fucking felonies are being committed. The petition states that the hotel has become a source of habitual criminal activity, including drug use, theft, burglaries, fights, physical assaults, and human trafficking.
Yep.
All in Texas. All in El Paso. Fucking police reports state several people at the hotel have tattoos associated with Tren de Aragua. Hey, did you know? Why do they call it Tren de Aragua?
Because that's the train that they took to
That's a good
cross
guess.
through Mexico. I don't know.
It started off as a train conductors union. It's a fucking union from Venezuela. It's a union from Venezuela that when the fucking when Venezuela collapsed because of socialism, because Maduro wanted to give free healthcare to all his people, so they started privatizing, not privatizing. The government started taking over all the oil companies, and it crashed the economy, so they could pay for free healthcare. Then I guess nobody else was fucking riding trains anymore, so they had to just become in a gang to make ends meet.
That's where the name comes from?
That's where the name comes from, Tren de Aragua. They're train conductors union from Aragua, Venezuela. The tattoos associated with Tren de Aragua are
Mickey Mouse.
Michael Jordan, 23. Because the 23rd de enero, January 23rd, was a neighborhood socialist revolution in the 80s. In the 80s, when Venezuela went from being a capitalist government to a socialist government, a neighborhood in Aragua rose up and said, we demand socialism on the 23rd of January. So that's the anniversary of that big political uprising, and that's why they use Michael Jordan 23 is a gang tattoo. AK-47, obviously. Hijos de Jesus.
Yeah.
Not very godlike if you're murdering and human trafficking and stuff. Hasta la muerta. Trains, of course.
Yeah.
Gas masks and grenades with wings for some reason. I don't know why. This is the Tren de Agua. This was also TCB in the valley. I mean, you only have 5 fingers, so there's only a certain amount of combinations that you can.
Well, there's also I Love You.
That's I Love You.
Maybe there's
that's
I
TCB,
love you,
and that's Tren. Maybe they are hijos de Jesus. There's El Niño Guerrero, who is one of the leaders, and there's
looks like he's related to Frida Kahlo, dude.
This dude calls himself Satan. Yeah, because of the eyebrows.
Yeah. Frida Kahlo's youngest nephew.
Anyway.
Grandnephew, whatever.
So, what's his face? The one you call Hot Wheels? What's his name? Abbott. Yeah, he declared Tren de Agua a big threat to democracy, so he's trying to get them out.
Do you really think? Well, one thing is that you want to get them out. Another thing is that they're a real threat.
Completely unrelated topic. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Right.
Violent crime in Venezuela is at a 23-year low. Violent crime has dropped 25% to its lowest since 2001 in Venezuela today. Why do you think?
Because everybody who
they're all fucking here.
You really think so? I think about how many people there are.
11 million people.
Every single criminal is here.
25% of them is down by 25%.
No, I know. I'm just saying. You think every criminal is here?
No, 25% of them from Venezuela are here. That's the amount it has dropped.
Yeah, but that's the amount that it's dropped. I have a hard time believing that all of them came over here.
No, not all of them came over here, but most of them came over here. 11 million people have walked across our border.
Yeah.
Unprotected, unchecked. Nobody bothered to say, hey, are you one of the good guys or one of the bad guys?
But back to what we were talking about a while ago, right? Which is about Asian folks, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody's Chinese, not everybody's Japanese, not everybody's Korean, not everybody's Mexican.
I am definitely not saying that all 11 million people that walked across here without being checked are criminals. I am saying we did not check the 11 million people.
That I agree with you. I'm just saying in general. I mean, you hear all these people saying, all these Mexicans that are coming over. Well, they're not Mexicans. They're coming through Mexico.
I said Venezuelans. We've only been talking about Venezuelans.
I know. I'm just saying in general, when you hear these people interviewed, right, on TV and asking, what do you suppose the problem is? Well,
I don't watch the news.
All these Mexicans coming over. It's like, they're not all Mexican. But anyway.
The dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
We wanted to take a vacation to Ohio, but my little dog started freaking out and peeing herself. So we're like, we're not going to Ohio.
So like, it turns out that the one lady that was caught on camera eating the cat and arrested by the cops, she wasn't from Haiti. She was just a woman from Ohio that was high out of her fucking mind on drugs. Did you see that one?
No.
Yes.
But what I did hear was this lady came forward and said it was intended to be a joke. Supposedly that's the lady that started it all. She's like, it was intended to be a joke. I wasn't. So.
Well, I don't know that it came from a lady. I thought that it had come from the video of the cop arresting the lady that refused to talk and her eyes were wide and she had fur on her fucking lips.
I guess it depends on what you look at, right?
She wasn't Haitian. She was just high. She was just high.
Is my neighbor.
Just talk to me, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I had men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me, I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly, and last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I mean, I understand they're here under temporary protected status and you're protecting them, and I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed, but who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was a resident of Springfield, Ohio. Mm-hmm. Springfield, Ohio is a town of 60,000 people. They took 20,000 Haitian illegal aliens and placed them in Springfield, Ohio, and gave them protected status. You took a town of 60,000 and you increased it by a fourth. Mm-hmm. A fourth of the entire town is now illegal immigrants from Haiti. So they're giving them all driver's license. Not so they can vote. That's definitely not why they're giving them driver's license. It's so they can drive their cars and crash into a bus.
They've already and then sue and then make money.
So you can't just take 20,000 people and inject into a town of 60,000 and expect things to be all hunky-dory. And, you know, there's worse things that they eat in Haiti than cats and dogs. Do you know who barbecue is?
Who what?
Do you know who barbecue is?
No.
Barbecue is a Haitian warlord. I am not saying that...
his name is Barbecue?
So do not put this on YouTube. We will get taken down. But I want you to watch this and see what it is. What are you looking at?
I'm trying to figure out what he's burning. Dude, what did he just eat?
What does that look like to you?
Looks like a human leg.
That is a human leg. So barbecue is a Haitian warlord. He intimidates his enemies by setting them on fire and then eating their cooked flesh. I am not saying that all Haitians eat human flesh. I am saying barbecue. One specific dude named Barbecue from Haiti does something so extreme as to set his enemies on fire and then eat their flesh to intimidate his enemies. Mm-hmm. I am not saying all Haitians do this. I am saying we did not once check the 11 million people that walked across the border that the former head of the Border Patrol said that he was told to stand down by the Biden-Harris administration and let these people walk across. We didn't make sure that they were not this guy. We didn't check to make sure he was not this guy. We just let them all through. I love immigration. You have to have immigrants. You have to draw the best from around the world to have the winning team. But you have to check who the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You can't just fucking let them all across.
I agree.
Okay. So there's way worse things that gets eaten in Haiti than dogs and cats.
Humans?
Human flesh.
They're eating the humans.
They're eating the humans. They're eating the humans. Just barbecue. Yeah. Just barbecue. Barbecue's the only one that does it, but it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. But let's talk about happy things.
We got like 15 minutes left. You got some happy things we want to talk about?
Halloween.
All right. Next week we're going to Stickers and Stars. That's stickers, the letter N, and then stars.com.
Stickers and Stars. I was thinking Stickers and Stripes. No, that's Stickers and Stars.
Stickers and Stars. This is a weird name for a horror shop. I'm going to ask her about that. But we're going to interview Sarah, the haunted doll.
But if you have a chance, go to Stickers and Stars. I know you just said it. Stickersandstars.com, right?
Uh-huh.
Kind of creepy, guys. So
it's like a Spirit Halloween, except it's independently owned. And in the back, they will charge you money to go and talk to Sarah the doll. And we are going to do the Estes method. The Estes method, which is where one of us is going to wear noise-canceling headphones.
And the other one... Estes because estás bien pendejo?
Yes, estás bien pendejo. If you're going to walk in and interview a haunted doll.
Yeah. So a while ago, I was telling Testy, I'm like, well, we can't do it because they're all booked.
No, I'm the one that booked it.
And then he told me that it was him that booked it. So I guess next week we'll be there. Now, they don't allow any drinking or smoking, so it'll be a little different than normal. I'm not excited about this, folks.
Yeah, you are. You had so much fun last time.
You know, with alcohol, everything was fine and happy, but unfortunately, you said there's no alcohol at this place, so.
Well, she texted me the rules. I'll text you the rules so you're familiar with them. But can't smoke, can't drink, can't vape, no touching the doll. You got to sign a waiver.
It's like a strip joint. You can't touch the doll. Why not just go to a strip joint?
It's not. I think we'd be taken down from YouTube.
I mean, you see some of those women, you get scared.
That's only in the daytime. Don't be going in the daytime. So go at the night shift.
What the hell? Anyway, so yeah. Damn it, what was it called again?
Stickers and Stars.
Stickers and Stars.
Stickersandstars.com. You can follow them on Instagram. They got the hours there. They got the prices there to go talk to the doll. We're booked to go talk to the doll. We're going to interview the owner. We're going to interview the...
So you're going to find out next week what Stickers and Stars is all about. And you said there's a clown? What's
so
the clown?
there's a little doll named Sarah in a coffin. Next to her is a little clown. I don't know, man. We got to find out. I didn't research this place well. I just signed us up for the fucking roller coaster.
Oh, man.
Let's spin this fucking Russian roulette and pull the trigger.
Yeah, like we did last year. So last year, for those of you who didn't have a chance to take a look at it, we went to, what's it called? The hospital?
Yorktown Memorial Hospital.
Yorktown Memorial Hospital. And this one over here says to me, oh, we're going to meet this guy, and, he's going to open the hospital for us, and he's going to show us around. And I'm thinking we're going to have a hospital guide.
Yeah, no, he just turned us in and then locked the door behind us and left.
Yeah, well, that's when I told him.
It's your problem now.
So you're going to show us. I remember him looking at us going, no, I don't go in there. I just opened the hospital. I'm like,
I don't go in there. Only fucking idiots go there.
Only fucking morons like yourself. I paid to be in here, go in here. And I remember him saying, make sure that when I leave, make sure you put that chain around the door, because then people will try to get in. You'll start hearing the door move, and I'm thinking to myself, that door starts to shake, dude. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I didn't need that in my life again, but apparently
we gotta do it every year. It's a Halloween tradition.
For you
too. You're part of the show.
I'm not as big of a fan as you are about having somebody scare the shit out of me.
So there's a TikToker I follow. I forgot what it's called. It's called something like black dude does white people shit. White people do black people shit. And it's like two best friends. One's black and one's white. And they're like, okay, today we're going to do white people shit. Today we're going to do black people shit. And the white dude's saying like, okay, we're going to go a haunted house and chase ghosts. And it made me think of you and me, because I'm like, because you're like, this is not something I want to do. I'm like, come on, man, it's going to be fun. I didn't know ghost chasing was white people shit. Apparently it is.
Yeah. It's obviously not a Mexican thing. Well, at least not for this Mexican.
But
because I didn't want to do it.
It'll be good content for the show. I mean, the walkthrough is our third best rated episode ever on our show.
Look, all things aside, now that I've actually been there, done that, got the T-shirt, in hindsight, it was pretty cool. Yeah,
and it wasn't even scary. The only paranormal activity we had was in the basement, and you and I talked over it because neither one of us ever shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, but at the time when you're there, it's just...
You weren't scared. You were leading the charge. I couldn't even keep up with you.
Because I was fucking drunk. Dude, I had a flask full of bourbon.
Yeah.
And then you had the bottles of Patron.
Yeah.
Which my niece didn't drink hers, so I drank hers and I drank mine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, I was happy.
Yeah. We can't get drunk for this one.
No. But it's October. We talked about it a year ago. What happens in October?
It's scary shit.
Bantover.
Oh, okay. What's going on with Ban?
Congratulations, first and foremost, to your kid.
She was disappointed in second place.
She was disappointed in second place. So his daughter's high school went and competed at something called BOA, or Bands of America, in, I think, Houston. Mm-hmm. And they came back, and she was a little let down over the fact that they came in second place. But for any of you who are familiar with band competitions, specifically Bands of America, that's a very tough gig, dude. And for them to have come back in second place,
I was impressed.
I was
congratulating her when she got home. Yeah, that's what I said.
First, second, third place. Hell, even the top 5 at Bands of America, I'd say you're pretty stellar, dude.
She lost to Pearland, and she's like, where even is Pearland? I'm like, fuck, I don't know where Pearland is.
It's in Houston.
Oh, well, they were local.
You got Sugarland, you got Pearland, you got the Woodlands.
Well, I've heard of Sugarland and Woodlands. I just never heard of Pearland.
Pearland is there, yeah. So kudos to them. My kid was over at Vista Ridge, which is in Austin, North Austin. And the best part about it was that there's a Round Rock donut about 1.2 miles away from
Nice.
me. So, great donuts. No, but the competition was great. So 25 bands compete, and then right around 5:30. They announce the top 10. The other 15 get to go home. The top 10 have to compete a second time around.
You get punished for winning?
Yeah, you get punished for winning. So you had to go again at 10 o'clock at night. I mean, essentially, I didn't go to bed till 3, dude.
Yeah.
And, I complain a lot. But I'm one of those idiots that complains about, oh, it's so much work having to, like, take the props down, pull the props up, load the props, unload the props, do this, do that. But as much as I complain about it, it's fun.
Yeah, no.
So a while ago, and I'm sharing this because a while ago, during our break, during our pause for cause, we went to go get another drink, and I was telling Testy, I'm like, fuck, dude, my whole body's hurting. But I don't know if yesterday, dude, it was either too hot or the fact that I'm a year older.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude,
it was harder than last year?
Yeah, it was, definitely, dude. I even texted my wife. She's like, how are you doing? I said, I don't know. I feel like I'm about to get a Charlie horse, right? And this is right before the second time around.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, should I tell somebody to just take this? So I'm usually in charge of one of the speakers. And those speakers are fucking heavy.
Yeah.
And then the worst part is when you go into this competition, you kind of go down into, like, you take this ramp down to go into the field.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's leaving that, your kid will probably tell you after they're done performing, you have only 2 minutes to get everything off the field, right?
Yeah.
So I got to pull the speaker off the field, but then I got to go up this ramp.
Yeah.
With a fucking speaker that weighs like 300 pounds, right, on the car.
Did they play the Eye of the Tiger for you again?
Dude, I wish. Last year, you remember last year, I told you that coincidentally they were playing Eye of the Tiger when I was pulling that thing. No, not this year, dude. I don't know. I just felt like they should have been playing like, I'm a loser, baby.
What'd you get up the ring?
Yeah, well, so the first time I did it, they have all these tables filled with cups of water for the kids, right?
You were chugging them
and
down?
for the crew, right? And so I took a couple of glasses of water.
Yeah.
Second time we performed, I looked for a parent and that wasn't doing much. And I went up to this lady and I'm like, are you doing anything? Are you pushing anything? She goes, well, I'm just in case anybody needs it. I said, well, so when we leave, do me a favor. I just need you to help me push the speaker, right? Yeah. And I picked the smallest parent that was there, right? But that was the only thing I had. No, she was really helpful. But dude, 11:30 at night, I was ready to give up, man. I even texted my wife. I'm like, hey, you're driving back. That's the way I could drive back. But it was fun. Yeah. They came in third place out of the 25. The other two first and second place bands, they did outstanding. But like I told you, it's bent over. So
it's gonna be a busy month.
This is where the month where your kids started mid-summer practicing for their show, and so did mine. And fast forward 2.5 months, and this is truly everything they've been working for. They put it out there on the field. So kudos to your daughter's band and my daughter's band.
I'm just thankful that you're not too busy this Bandtober to come interview a haunted doll with me.
Yeah, about that. No, I'm just kidding. Look, I guess here's what I'm gonna say. Does this look like a bottle of water?
Yeah, it's gonna be full of vodka though.
And that's what's important. So, no, look, honestly, as much as I don't like that shit, I'm excited. I mean to be doing this. So stay tuned because it'll be a lot of fun. In fact, my niece, when I went with us last year, she was asking me, she goes, hey, what's going to be this year?
See?
Because she wanted...
It's a tradition now.
Oh, well, because she wants to go now.
Oh, wow.
She's like, well, she goes, what are we going to do this year? So
it's not we.
Yeah.
It's not we, niece. Sorry, number one fan, but the booking's done and it's only for two people.
Sorry, Pikachu. But we'll record it for you.
Yeah,
we can record, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point. We're doing the podcast.
Okay.
So she's going to be the owner's going to be on the podcast with us, and then we're going to do... First half, we're going to interview the owner. Second half, we're going to interview the doll. She's going to tell us the history of the doll, how she found the doll, all that shit.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be fun. Snuggles is here.
Well, I'm excited about this, dude, and it's good to be back. Sorry we had been gone for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. How many weeks was it?
Just a couple.
2, 3
Just
weeks.
a couple.
Yeah. But we're back.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah. We may put out 2 and then take another 2 weeks off. I don't know how the rest of your October is looking.
Yeah. So, in in 3 weeks, I won't be able to do a podcast. But next Sunday, should be good. Well, it's our
Halloween special.
Yeah, it's our Halloween. And the weekend after that, I'm still good. And the week after that, then I...
Halloween weekend, you're not good. You said in 3 weeks.
The weekend before Halloween, I guess? Yeah, I'm busy that weekend.
That's fine.
I'm celebrating my 20th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, 20 years, dude. I mean, I've been happily, I mean, it's like I told my wife earlier today, I said, it's the best 2 years of my life. She's like, we've been married for 20. I'm like, yeah, well, the first 2 were awesome. And she said, well, it's so weird because all my 20 have been miserable. I'm like, so she hurt my feelings. But no, actually...
Friday is the Sting and Billy Joel concert?
Dude, yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I've told everybody before, I'm a big fan of Sting. I love Billy Joel, but I'm a huge fan of Sting, so I'm so excited. I can't believe that we bought these tickets way back in like February, dude.
And now it's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got to do shit in advance.
Which makes you think this fucking year just flew by, man.
Every year flows by. When you're a kid, it seems like forever because like...
And when you're an adult and you're getting closer to death, it
just snaps by.
Oh, hey, you're so much closer to death. It's not even, you're getting older. It's like, you're closer to death. Soon. Yeah.
We're both like at the midpoint of our expiration date.
Yeah, you don't say that. Well, I think I'm a little past my midpoint. I'm there, but I'm still enjoying life.
So like when you're a kid, one day is like a huge part. You're only like 6 years old, 10 years old. Mm-hmm. One day is like a significant chunk of your life.
Yeah.
When you live 50 years, one day is an insignificant chunk of your life.
Yeah.
That's why time seems to move faster. It's just perception. It's not really moving faster.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It is, but to get back to what you just said, right? It just does feel like it's moving a lot quicker. And then especially when you stop and think that I'm going to a concert that... Well, here's the fucked up part. When I can call it a concert that's on my bucket list. I have a fucking bucket list, dude,
So have you seen, you're on TikTok a lot. Have you seen Frankie Valli performing?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I saw that one where he's just standing there and all his musicians are dancing, right? Or doing their backup singing.
Yeah.
And it says, this is as
hard I'm going to work this week.
As much effort as I put into my work there, right? And the guy's just kind of like, and they're singing and he's like,
he blinks once in a while. He like...
Yeah.
It looks like an animatronic of a really old Ricky Valli.
Yeah, dude. That's
Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli, there you go. But it's you know what? Whether it takes longer or not, the point is I have a bucket list. I'm excited about the fact that we get to...
You gonna check one off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check one off. Plus we get to go... I think we should try to have dinner.
Okay.
Dinner and drinks before the show.
Well, you're celebrating a special time with your lady. You don't want me and
But I think the concert's on a Friday, dude.
Yeah. The anniversary's not
Saturday.
till... Oh, okay.
And then Sunday I have plans with the wife also, so...
Okay.
Getting rid of the kids. Giving them away. I'm like, how do
Temporarily.
Yeah. How do I...
We'll see if I pick them up.
I don't want kids. I mean, how do you say that to them when they're already 13 and 15, right? Sorry, kids, you gotta leave. It pains me to say this. What's my dog doing, dude?
Sniffing at your plants?
Yeah, I guess so. You just got a shower.
Anyway, thank you for letting me get off that shit off my chest.
No,
It's
man,
been building up. And
we can't go this long because that's a lot of fucking research you did there. So, but it's,
Well, I didn't want to talk politics, so I held it off, and then it just kept building up. It was like I'm gonna shit myself if I don't spray this all over YouTube. So I sprayed it.
He went ahead and spewed his...
I spewed my load all over this. I spewed my political load all over this YouTube video.
But anywho, guys, thank you so much for putting up with us, for listening to this idiot.
Next week will be fun. Week after that will just be a nice casual one. We don't have any pressure.
Maybe things will change.
Oh.
I'm just saying, what if something changes?
Oh.
I'm not saying go freaking do reservations or make reservations anywhere else. I'm just saying, what if?
I only do it once a year. We never even went to the fucking donut shop. Weren't we supposed to go to your banderia?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We still can, you know?
We still can. Another year is going to fly by and you're going to be like, we still can.
We're going to be like, oh, that place closed like 6 years ago. Yeah, the panaderia is still really good, dude. So, anyway. All right, folks.
Cheers.
Salud.
Salud.
Thank you for joining us. And we will talk to you guys next week.
When we're talking to a haunted doll.
And we're broadcasting live.
It won't be live.
No, we're not. I'm just kidding.
We have the ability to go live, but we're not going to do live.
We're not going to do it. Just in case I shit myself.
We can edit that part out.
Yeah, we can.
We do need to go live and do a fucking brisket.
That we do, man.
That is my bucket list.
You know, this whole...
You've got Sting on your bucket list. You and me doing a brisket on the YouTube.
I smoke at least about 2 or 3 briskets in a summer. You realize that I didn't smoke a single brisket this summer, dude?
How dare you, sir? Turn in your carnivore card.
I will. Or I'll try to make a brisket. But anyway, talk to you guys soon.
Cheers.
We're good? All right. Hey, by the way, we're going to have a weigh-in next week, or in 2 weeks, because next week we'll be busy.
Yeah, we're not going to do it at the place.
So we'll do it in 2 weeks.
Oh, I got to actually start losing weight. Shit.